everyone for, we're starting a bit late because we had a big technical glitch, but I'm glad that people are able to join now because people were really struggling to join earlier. And I'm sure that was supposed to even be more than this, but people likely are getting, are just struggling to join, but that's been fixed. So good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. For those who were not here when I was greeting everybody, good evening. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so glad to have everyone here. Please confirm you can see me, confirm you can hear me clearly, and confirm you can see my screen because I'm going to be walking you through my screen. So good evening, everyone. I can see Olubusayo. I can see Adire. I can see Goodness. I can see Oluwani Fesimi. I can see Muturayo. I can see Destiny. I can see Rachel. I can see Ujunwa. I can see Bisola. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Finally, my mind can now calm down. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Kemi. Good evening. Now we're ready to kick off. My name is Orifunke Lawal, and I am excited to be your host for tonight. Once again, and for the 100th time, please pardon us for the technical issues that weren't solved for you to get in on time. And thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad. Thank you for believing that you would learn something from this session. How many of you are here with your notepads, your pens? You're ready to look at other people and say, I'm here. I don't know, you're raising your hand. Would you like to ask a question, or you are trying to let me know that you're here with your notepad of them? So let me know. Okay,
I'm trying to let you know that I am with my notepad.
Okay. Okay, that's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So during the course of the call, we could be having people just speak. I could call on anybody. So be ready. I can just call on Oluwani Fesimi. What do you think about so and so? And if you don't answer, you would be out of the call. Okay, no, it's not that serious anyway. It's not that serious, but I just want everybody to be paying attention. I want to be able to hear everyone. Hi, Tawajayi. I can see you. I can see you, my Gen Z Twitter user. All right. So I am, once again, I'm so glad, and just seeing your faces, I am really so glad. If this is the first time you are attending, a conversations with OL, you didn't attend the last one, you attend the first edition, can you signify? You know the way they say in churches, we have a very special set of people here, and they are so special to us. I can see Shekoni Demilade, I can see Tomisin Awobemi. Oh, can we welcome them, guys? Can we welcome them? I can see Deborah Olaseyinde. I can see Tosin Okwola. You guys are welcome. You are very special to us. We love you. We are just really glad. As a person, I'm a very gentle instructor. I don't like wahala. I'm very nice, very cool, calm, and collected. You are going to, if you don't enjoy me, don't worry, you will enjoy the people in the chats. Oh, I can see a first time. I'm so sorry. I'm going to attempt calling your name because I love to call names. So I say, I'm one Mosa. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I hope that that attempt was great. So you are welcome in the name of the Lord. We are so glad to have you. Thank you very much for trusting us to join. Then, thank you, I'm One Musa. Thank you so much. Then if this is your second time of joining, you joined for, or you know what, you joined for the last edition and you are here again. Let me signify, let me see you. Drop a chat, drop your best dancing emoji. Let me see you. Oh, thank you, Tosin. I'm so glad. I can see Aziz. I can see Taiwo. I want a mini here. I can see Kevin Lois. I can see Toluwani. Thank you so much for joining again. Thank you so much. I really do. Okay, I can see Deborah. I can see Tolu Yede. I can see Deborah Olaseyinde. Yes. I mentioned you earlier. So thank you so much. I believe really that this you're going to pick at least one thing, one thing. And so I want to just prepare your heart, your mind to just get ready. And so whenever you attend sessions like this and you're taking notes, you're saying, okay, this and this and this, always ensure that at a part of your notepad, whatever kind of notepad you're using, whether it's a digital notepad or whether you are like me, I like the typical, writing, always have an implementation plan, right? So what I typically do is that when I'm listening to someone speak or someone teach on something, what I like to do is to asterisk certain areas that I need to go and read more on, pay attention to, just look into more. So the lecturer might talk about 10 things, but out of those 10 things, I know that these two, I'm comfortably sitting down on that table. So I asterisk so that I can go back, right? Because we are at different levels, right? So for some people, everything said is going to relate. For some people, 50% will relate. For some people, 20. So you need to be able to believe with exactly what you are going to be paying more attention to, reading more on, implementing, whatever that looks like to you. So thank you very much once again for joining. Thank you for trusting that this was going to be worth your time. And don't worry, we're not going to take much of your time because it's Sunday night. But I'll do my best. I'll do my very, very best to ensure that we live here. And I'll do my best. I'll try my best. And God helping me too. Okay, so I will be taking you through my screen now. Now, I already welcomed you. So welcome everyone. Okay, someone's mic is on. Adire Abode, could you please? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. All mics off, please. All mics off. Thank you so much. And you can put down your hands as well, unless you have a question, a pressing question to ask, and you don't want to wait till the end of the class. Okay, so my name is Orifunke Lawal, right? And then I am a lot of things, but 4 things that I would like to share is that I am a capacity builder. I believe in helping people develop capacity. I believe in people getting better than when they met me, right? I believe in people becoming more responsible, people learning more, and that's who I am. So across all my expressions, one consistent thing is that I help people build capacity. That's number 1. I am a digital entrepreneur, and a digital entrepreneur is somebody who sells products, digital products online. So I have a number of ebooks and courses, as some of you might know, that I sell online. I'm the founder of Lady Weebles, and I am also the founder of the Orifunke Lawal Academy. I was about to say an organization that holds a dear place in my heart, but both organizations hold a very dear place in my heart. I'm a female empowerment advocate through and through. I'm a women first for women person. It's not like I don't love men. I love men. Obviously, some of you know that I can't say I don't love men. You get, but I am pro women for women all day, every day. I am currently growing a career in public policy and governance, and so I am a student at the School of Politics, Policy and Governance. And then I am also I am also an associate at Latif Jakonde Leadership Academy, a program of growing public leaders by the Lagos State government. So, so I'm, a lot. I love to write. I love to talk. I love to just hear people's stories. I love to teach. If I don't teach for a while, my body will be. I just love to teach because I really don't like seeing people behave out of ignorance. So whenever I see something wrong, I'm like, why is this a problem? Is it that you don't know? Why don't you know? How can I teach you? if I had to teach about everything that I believe people should know, I don't know, I'll probably be a university already. I am a believer. I am a Christian. I believe in the Lord Jesus. That's my beliefs. I mean, those are my personal spiritual or religious beliefs. Yes, so are we ready? If you would like to also introduce yourself in the comments so other people can be, this is a very good place. So just let us know who you are, what you're passionate about, and all of that. You can, do that in the comments while we move on. So this topic really, and I was mentioning earlier for those who joined earlier, who joined in early, as one that has been on my mind for a number of months now. I think about a couple of months. And so I've just really seen how people struggle. You see, I've seen how people struggle. I've seen how people do not have the right kind of results, not because they are not smart or intelligent, but simply because they either don't know how to manage their energy, they don't know how to manage their time, they don't know how to manage their money. And so today, I'm just really very particular about energy because you see a lot of time management classes, you see a lot of money, finance management classes, and those are amazing. But you really do not see a lot of energy management classes. Or has anybody attended an energy management class before? I have never seen. I'm not that they don't exist, they likely exist, but personally I've never seen any. I've never attended any as well. So but this should be spoken of, this should be thought more often. Or what do you guys think? I believe that energy, being able to manage energy is crucial. So now when we talk about management, what do we think? What does management mean to you? You can use the chat box. What does management mean to you? What does it mean to you? What does it mean? Without looking at my screen, don't use anything that is on my screen. Don't use any word on my screen. What is management to you? I'd like to hear. What is management to you? Are people here? Okay. Motora says it's important. That's why I'm here. As this says, as this Priscilla says, for proper use. Kemi, ability to maximize whatever resources available to you. Dr. Z says, proper utilization of something. Thank you so much. Tomisi says, having something under control. Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, so you can see my screen. Management. And the reason I am highlighting these keywords that you can see on the screen is just to begin to rewire your mind when we talk about management. Before you start to talk of, okay, managing time, managing money, managing whatever it is, you first need to know what it is exactly to manage. When you say you are managing something, what does it mean? There has to be a proper understanding of managing, whether you are managing your time or you are managing people. So people even suck, we have managers who suck at managing because they do not exactly understand the essence of management. So when we look at management, we're saying to be in charge of. So management of time means to be in charge of your time. Management of money means to be in charge of your money. Management of your energy is to be in charge of energy. And this is very interesting to me. This being in charge, this definition as being in charge is very interesting to me, really, because you see, if you said that management of money means to be in charge of your money, what it simply means is that it is very possible for you to have money and not be in charge of it. Does it make any sense? If you say management means to be in charge of something, and we're saying, okay, so when you talk about energy management, it is you being in charge of your energy. It means you can have energy and not be able to manage it. You can have time. Everybody has time. Everybody has time. You can have time and be unable to manage your time. So are you in charge of your money? Are you truly in charge of your energy? Or does your energy belong to somebody else? Are you truly in charge of your time? Or does your time belong to somebody else? these are important. It means to direct. I'm directing my energy to what matters. I'm directing my time to what matters. I'm directing my money to what matters. And so you, as I'm mentioning these things, I'm hoping that you are also able to keep processing and saying, okay, how am I exactly directing my energy? I'm sure you're here because you've noticed some gaps that you would love to fill, and that's really amazing. Management means to control. It means to hold in place, to organize, to administer. I also love this one. I love the key word, to administer, because what you're telling me is that I need to know how to administer. You know what administration means, or you know what it means to administer. It means to serve, to deliver as is relevant. So I am administering my energy where it should protect your energy, to protect your time. I love this because it's like a very, very good meaning of my name. So to just take care of you, to take care of your energy, to protect your time, to protect your money. I'm not talking about hoarding money, but to protect, to take care, properly take care of your money. And so management is crucial. This is very, very important because how you do one thing, it's going to determine how you do every single thing. How you do just one thing determines every single thing. And so your mindset has to move from, okay, I don't have time, I don't have money. It has to move over to a different level, which is one of the things I hope you're able to live here with. Well, how exactly am I being in charge of my time? Am I really being in charge of my energy, my emotions? Am I really being in charge of my money? What does my time framework look like on, what does it look like on a week-to-week basis? Am I taking care of that? Am I really in control of my own life? Many people say I'm in control, I control my life, I'm the boss and all of that, but are you really, really, really in control? And of course, as we move on, you'll be able to answer that question properly. Are you really in control of your time? Are you really in control of your energy? Are you really in control? Are you able to properly organize? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of what belongs to you? Are you taking care of the resources you have? Are you taking care of your time? Are you respecting your time enough to take care of it, enough to prioritize it? We're going to come back to that. But I hope everyone is following. Okay, yes. So now let's look at energy. And I'm going to be spending a lot of my focus today on energy because, like I mentioned earlier, it's really often spoken about, even though it's crucial, right? It's really often spoken about. So let's look at energy. And I checked the dictionary for the meaning of energy, and I saw that energy is the strength and vitality required for sustained physical or mental activity. I love how they didn't say physical alone. So it's the energy, it's the strength rather. Energy is the strength and the vitality required for sustained physical or mental activity. I would have loved to see emotional. Who else agrees? I would have loved to see emotional. I would have loved to see them say energy is the strength and vitality that is required for sustained physical, mental, or emotional activity. So it is vitality, it is liveliness, it is vigor. Energy can be seen. Now, energy is a resource. And I want you to go on with that. Energy is a resource. Energy is a currency. Energy is a resource. Energy is a currency. And whoever has your energy, has your life, And you see, as young people, I believe everybody here is young, or at least most people are young. So as young people, one of the things you will find out is that everything around you, everything, the way the world is wired currently as it is now, is to take your energy. Because where your energy goes, your attention goes. And where your attention goes, your life goes. You see, so this is so crucial, and I hope it's very, very, I just really want you to see how important it is, because it's crucial. You see, so it is a currency. We spend currencies. So it means that the way life is naturally wired, there are things that just want to take your currency of energy, that want to take your currency of time, that want to take your currency of money. But many times, you see, we only focus on money as a currency. So there's more emphasis on money as a currency. We are looking at money like, we're looking at money like how to spend, what to spend on, and all of that. And that's crucial, as you would eventually see today. But beyond just the currency of money, whether you are buying, it's not about buying shoes, buying books, buying bags. There's also energy, there's also your time, and there's also your attention. So we are in a world where your energy is crucial. It is a currency. So people somewhere are paying loads simply to be able to get your energy. People somewhere are paying millions and billions to be able to get your attention. I hope I'm able to just come back to that later on. And so managing your energy is a strong personal responsibility you need to thrive in today's world. It's your responsibility. Nobody's going to come and do that for you. Nobody's going to come and encourage you. Nobody's going to come and be forcing you, right? It is your own responsibility. And I'm glad you're here. You know, you can give yourself a round of applause in the chat that you're actually here to learn better about how to manage these resources. So it is a strong personal responsibility. Because everything, like I mentioned earlier, everything is wired to suck your energy, to take your energy, because your energy is a resource. Whatever you have that others can leverage, whatever you have that others can, that others need, yes, is a resource. Whatever you have that others need is a currency. So it could be your talent, it could be a skill, it could be your expertise, whatever it is that you have personally that others can take, or that others need, or that can be used in exchange for something else, is a resource. It is a currency because it can be paid for something. You see that? Okay, so and so many times understanding your energy will help you manage your time and money better. And energy fits into everything else. And many of us agree with that. Your energy, how you're able to analyze, how you're able to assess your energy, how aware you are of your energy will always feed. Okay, Tosin Okwonla, I believe you're saying you agree with that. Will always feed into how you manage your time and money. You see that, for instance, if you do not know how to manage your energy, one thing that happens, or one thing that would happen, is that you will likely be spending time on the wrong things. If you do not know how to manage your energy, I'm trying to put this because we're still going to come on time. But a person, for instance, who does not know how to manage their energy will likely spend unreasonable hours on social media. A person who doesn't know how to manage their energy will buy things that they don't need simply because they feel better when they buy things impulsively. Do you see the link? So many times people say, okay, I'm unable to manage my time, I'm unable to manage my money. But what the underlying issue actually is the fact that they are unable to manage their energy. Are you following? Let me know in the chat. Are you following? So I just want to be sure that I'm not just talking to myself, especially with the Nigerian network issue or familiar with. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you so much. I just love interactions. I love interactions. So actually, as I can't see anybody's faces. So very, very important. So thank you very much for the feedback. So how you manage your energy? Many times people are saying, or people are thinking that what they need is energy, is time management. What they need is money management. When the truth is, sister, your energy is off. And once your energy is fixed, you'll be able to solve that. You see. So now, look at the second point. I'm not so sure you can see my second point very clearly, but let me. Can you see my screen very well? Can you see the presented screen very well? Can you see the presented screen very well? Okay, so my face is not blocking it, Abby. I'm trying to see if I. Mm, okay, everybody can. So thank you. So 1 second, please. All right. So now, a loss of energy is often characterized, or better still, how do we know, or how do you know that you're losing energy? How do you see if you've ever lost energy, or if you're at that point where you feel like, oh, I'm losing a lot of energy? What are the signs and symptoms you faced? And I'm just going to run through some of them. Number one, if you are always easily overwhelmed, if you are always easily overwhelmed, there's a good chance that you are losing energy, or you are low on energy. You're always easily overwhelmed. Everything is overwhelming you. You go out, you are easily overwhelmed. You do some work, you are easily overwhelmed. You join something, you are easily overwhelmed. Everything about life is just overwhelming you. There is a good possibility that you are low on energy. Right, number one, losing steam. You start something and then it is very, very common for you to just fizzle out along the line. You start a project, you start a relationship, and when relationship does not mean just, I know that many people, so you are burning out. My network just tripped off for a while. Pardon me. I hope. Yeah, it's not. I can see. It should be my network. Pardon me. Okay. Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly now? Can you hear me clearly now? Can you hear me? Is it very clear? Okay, so I think I would put off my video just so we don't have to experience the trip-offs. That means you won't be able to see my fine face for a while, but it's okay. That's okay. All right, yes. So, you're easily burning out. You are being consistently stressed. If I asked you today, or sorry, if I asked you yesterday, how are you feeling? And you say, I am stressed. I asked you last week, you say, I am stressed. I asked you 2 years ago, you say, I am stressed. Every day you are asked, you are stressed. There's a problem. There's a problem. You don't have enough energy. You see? So that's a very, very big problem. If you're always stressed, and as a result, you are always falling ill. Sometimes the sickness people face is as a result of either not having enough energy or not having the wisdom to manage that energy. So that's easily fall ill, right? Another characteristic of having a loss of energy is being everywhere and being nowhere at the same time. How many of you can relate? You are everywhere and you are nowhere. You are for everybody and you are for nobody. It's a loss of energy that speaks to that. And losing the focus it requires to make things happen. You don't have the focus. It's always, I can't focus on this. There's so much that's going on. There's so much that is dragging your attention, so much that wants to buy your attention. All of these things lead to a loss of energy. So can anybody share something else that is characterized by a loss of energy? What else apart from what I've shared? How else do you know a person is, or how else do you know that you have lost energy or you are losing energy? I'd like to hear from you. I'm in the chats. I'm looking at your comments. What else? How else do you know that energy is a problem or you are not managing your energy well? How exactly? Ashafa says, reading different books in bits. I like that. I like that. I like that. Frequent fatigue, Adedoyin, thank you. Taiwo, overreacting to situations, getting upset over nothing. Frequent mood swings. Yes, in some cases, actually, Demilade, in some cases, frequent mood swings could be termed a loss of energy, but it could be, it may not exactly be something that you could control. It could be a temperament, something. It could be a personality thing. It could also be depression in some cases. So, but yes, it can be termed as a loss of energy. Being constantly demotivated, yes. Ojuwa says something similar, the feeling of indifference, lack of interest in things that normally interest you. Yes. Goodness says snapping at little things. It's losing interest in things easily. Yes, thank you. Olubuta, your frequent use of your phone. We'll comment to that. Olukani, so I can see that, a lot of people are saying loss of interest. You can see feeling overwhelmed. Yes, thank you so much for sharing. You see, we have very brilliant people here. You can attest to that here. Now, let's look at some energy zappers or drainers. What are the things that typically take your energy? If you are normally high on energy, what are the things that drain your energy? Now, number one popular one is a lack of focus and distractions. So what are the things that typically distract you on a normal day, in a normal week, in a normal month? Lack of focus. And sometimes, I did come here. I don't want to shake tables today. I want to be straight to the point. But many times people say things like, I know how to multitask. But do you really know how to multitask? Are you sure you have properly been able to harness multitasking? Or are you spreading your focus across different things such that you are now easily overwhelmed? So I'm not saying multitasking is not easy, but many times people say that they multitask. But what they do not know is that they are dispensing energy across different places, across different segments mentally. So what happens is they are not able to now focus on getting one thing done, getting the other thing done, getting this one done, because their focus is spread thin. Their focus is spread across. Lack of focus. And I see this also happen with people's friendships and relationships. You see, people are trying to make friends with 100 people all at the same time. Instead of focusing on the few that they have, they just want everybody must be your friend. They want to be everywhere. This is an energy drainer, a lack of focus and distractions. Comparison. You see, comparison is a significant energy zapper. And as a person, I am committed, heavily committed to always talking about comparison, because I've seen how well it can destroy your life, destroy your career, suck your energy. You see, so people are consistently comparing themselves with other people, with their levels in life. We finished school at the same time, and now they have a 6-7 figure paying job now. We went to primary school. Now they're married. They have 2 children, and so you are consistently comparing yourself with every other person, even the one that does not even have anything to do with you. You're comparing yourself with them. I want you to be honest, right? Have you gone on, let's say, Twitter or Instagram? I think Instagram is a place for things like that. You've gone on Instagram before and you saw somebody, one of your old-time classmates, or in fact, not even old-time, let's forget old-time class. You do not even know the person. Yes, you didn't know the person, but you came across the caption, and the caption was like, PhD at 25, MSc at 20, Forbes 30, under 30. And all of a sudden, you begin to feel like, God, what exactly is my purpose in life? What exactly am I doing with my life? Have you ever felt that way before? Or are you people like 100? Maybe I'm the one. Maybe I don't know how to focus. I don't know how to. Maybe I'm the one who needs this. I'm the one who needs this teaching. So now the interesting thing is, if I sat you down and asked you, why does this affect you so much? Do you want to have a PhD? Your answer might be no. If I ask you, do you want to be on Forbes 30 or the 30? Your answer might be no. Do you want to do a master's? Your answer might be no. So why exactly are you comparing yourself with somebody who has all of these things, when normally these are not things that you want? You see somebody who has 2 kids, lovely family and all of that, and I ask you, do you want to give birth now? You say no. There's even a very, very good possibility that all the guys that have been saying hi in your DMs, you have said no, you have blocked them. You say they're not your spec. So why exactly do you see, compare yourself with people who have the things that normally you do not want? But they are just it's just a perception that life is really funny. Life is very, very, very funny. Also, you see, there's so much comparison. People are comparing themselves with other people, what they wear, the achievements they've had, and it is draining your energy, right? Because and I'm going to just move into social media interchangeably, because by the time you see somebody who tells you that at 29 they are now a director you see, at an organization or something, and then you are likely just starting your own career at 39. For whatever reason it is, you're just starting your career at 39, and so you are like, God, what's so now, instead of you to focus on the work you're supposed to be doing, you are giving your energy to something else that you have no business with. And so the third one is social media and entertainment. Social media takes a huge chunk of your mind space. I mentioned on Twitter some months back that if you spend too much time on social media, you will get to the point where you are unable to focus on things. So you see, everybody is looking for very short things. You see somebody's long post that could be helpful to you. Say, this thing is too long. Please, what's the summary? I beg. And you think it is a nice thing. It's not a nice thing. You are priding in your ability to not be able to sustain focus. It's a problem. You see, people are losing attention. And then you, how do I put this? You just want fast. This is too long. I cannot stay. What is you? It's just long. 30 minutes call. You say, what are they saying? I'm too 1 hour. What are they saying? And we are not even seeing the problem. That's it. That's the problem, is that we're not even seeing the problem. And you see, yes, it's paining me. It's paining me, Priscilla. It's paining me. Now, see the thing about energy in terms of attention. You remember I mentioned earlier that energy is a resource, right? Energy is a currency. You see that? Now, the scarcer a resource is, the more valuable it is. The scarcer a currency is, the more valuable it is. So you see, if distraction or lack of attention is very popular, what it means is that those who have energy, those who can pay attention to the right things, those who have that resource will be more valuable. That's simply what it is. Are we following? So, for those of us in Nigeria, you know this. For those of us who are Nigerians in Nigeria. But in January, February, we faced a major cash crisis. You remember, we faced a major cash crisis when people did not have cash. So what exactly happened? The cash immediately rose in value. If you see somebody holding cash and you're like, hey, you're balling, in this country, all of us are looking for cash. You're holding cash like this. People started holding cash. For those of you who have read the Bible, they started holding cash like the five wise virgins in the Bible. Like, nobody will collect this cash from me, no matter what. No, this cash is going nowhere. Why? Because the scarcity made it more valuable. And we are moving into a, if I have gotten there, but it's going to get more prominent as we're moving forward in life. In this, over the next few years, you will see that attention, because it is a resource, will be taken more seriously, because fewer and fewer people will be able to maintain focus on anything. Fewer people will be able to stay through stuff. Fewer people will be able to just stay, you know what, I'm going to just stay there. It is going to be more valuable because everybody is going to be superficial. Everybody just wants the easy way out. Everybody. It's very important. And you see, I know there are conversations around ChatGPT, AI, taking away people's jobs, because you can just go to ChatGPT. Those of you are already on this table, to not be with you, but you can just go there and say, write me a content, a 3-paragraph listing or so and so and so topic, and immediately it just rolls it in, and you're like, for those of you who don't understand Yoruba, it means the world is now a world of light or enlightenment. I don't know how to put that. And like, why am I stressing myself? But what you really do not know is that as more and more people become more superficial. The people who can retain it, who can have that focus, who can do it, will become more valuable. And the more valuable a person is, thank you so much, Adedoyin, a world of civilization. Thank you. So now, the more a person can retain their focus and channel their energy to what is important, the more valuable they become. And the lower the amount of valuable people, the higher their monetary value. Yes, let me put it that way. The more expensive they are. That's why if you want to look for a neurosurgeon in Nigeria, they are expensive. Why? Because they are very few. If you could see a neurosurgeon in every general hospital, they will not be as expensive. Do you know what I'm saying? So social media is just so you need to see social media as a tool. I wanted to say you need to see social media as an enemy, but no. Without social media, you wouldn't be here, of course. So you need to see social media as a tool. Crucial. We look at entertainment. Entertainment. My K-drama people, 50 episodes, your body will not rest until you finish everything. 50 episodes, 1 hour each. And you say you lack for, it's very funny. People are saying, I can't focus, but you are sitting down for 50 episodes and you are watching. If you can sit down and watch, you can focus. There's nothing you can focus. You have energy. You can. So what are you telling me about? People will say, I cannot pray for long. You cannot pray for long, but you can watch K-drama for, how what 50 episodes is? You would deprive yourself of sleep. You wake up at 3, 4 a.m. to watch it. Say, I must watch to the end. I need to know what's up. I must watch it. And you say no, like please judge. Let somebody judge it. Please judge it. So it's not going to be like, just judge. You can watch series. I will watch series movies. I will to the end. I will see it through. And you say anybody I hear that I don't have staying power. I'm going to ask, did you watch K-drama? What was the last K-drama you watched? When was it? Did you see it through or did you not see it through? I saw it through. So what are we talking about? So you see, entertainment is just very, very important. The movies you watch, I love K-drama. You see, I love K-dramas, you get, but I'm just letting you see how that could be an energy drainer. And when people say I can't focus, I don't know how to do this thing, this course self, what are they teaching us for 2 hours? Why am I sitting down in one place for 2 hours? But you can sit down in one place for but that's just it anyway. That's it. Let's move on to the next. Then strife and chaos. There's so much I want to say there's so much strife and chaos in life. But I don't have strife and chaos in my life, thankfully. But you need to be very, very, very intentional about removing yourself from cases of strife and chaos. For those who are joining us for the first time, I hope you people are following. Those who are joining for the first time, I hope you are following. I hope it's not taking you aback. But now, strife and chaos. If you are the kind of person who thrives in anything, violence, you are in violence gang, you need to be checking your energy because your energy is draining, most likely, and you don't know. So you are being invested in one serious gist. And those people on Twitter, for those of you who are on Twitter, when somebody just drops one tweet, no context, but it's looking like, this is gist. They have gone to tweets, bringing chairs for the violence, bringing table for the violence. Oh, yeah, day today. You are tagging all your friends, all your multiple friends. Let them come and you're following that gist to the letter, following it. You are in strife and chaos. You need to pay attention to that. It's an energy drainer. And so the thing about things that zap your energy is that most of the time, you don't even know your energy is draining until it is time for you to do the things that requires energy to do. Are people here, or has my network gone? Most of the time, you don't know you don't have energy until it is time for you to do the things that require energy to do. Many times you do not know how much mental energy has been lost from being on social media all day until it is time for you to now read or do an assignment. Because that's the idea of energy. Some energy drainers, you just know that, oh, once I go to these places, my energy is drained. But many times, the things that are draining your energy, they are not draining your energy for that same purpose. Social media doesn't drain your energy for you to stay away from social media. Your energy will be draining. You'll be there. You'll be scrolling. Your energy will be, but it's going to be telling in other things. You'll be able to focus on things. You'll be able to read books. You'll be able to stay through a course. You'll be able to even visit your friends or attend a function because you can't focus. So you say, I have attention problems. So you see, we look at the wrong types of people and relationships. The wrong types of people. In fact, you see that relationship one, whether it's romantic relationship, whether it's religious relationship, there are the wrong types of relationship can drain you. They'll just suck you. All of a sudden, you see that you can't do the things I used to do. You cannot laugh as you used to laugh because your energy is being drained. So you need to be paying attention to the wrong types of people. Some people, they don't even need special, they don't need a special place. You don't need to give them a special place before they drain you. But you're not paying attention because there's no proper self-awareness in that regard. There are some people, their WhatsApp statuses drain you because anytime you read their statuses, is one problem or the other, one complaint or the other you are moving from. They have negative vibes, but you don't know because you keep reading. You see. So the wrong types of people and relationships are crucial. Engagement for, and it was John Obidi that first shared this thing that changed the way I saw this when it comes to engagement, right? And so when I am invited, or when you are invited to speak at a program, for instance, many times or before, I used to see it as, okay, you invite me. How long is the program? Okay, the program is 2 hours. I know how to teach now. It's not a problem. I can teach. I can do all of you see. So because in my head, it's just 2 hours, I need to deliver. But I learned from me that the process of speaking at an engagement does not start and stop at the engagement. It starts before. And so that's why when you even have access to things that are free, you have to appreciate the organization. And I'm not saying I'm not saying you appreciate me. Not the one that people will say, let it not be that, no. Right, I'm just saying this. Other people, not me. You have to appreciate the organizers because speaking alone, even if it's for 2 hours or even if it's for 1 hour, takes energy. It takes energy to start to prepare. You know, my slides, as short as they are, took me about 2 hours to prepare. And I'm not kidding. It took me about 2 hours to prepare because you still have to look through it. You have to design. You have to put the value there. So look at 2 hours for, let's say, a 2-hour program. Let's assume I had to do, 2 hours for a 2-hour program. 2 hours is already gone, right? I have to prepare. I have to get ready. I have to dress up. Let's say that will take about 45 minutes. Let's assume it will take about, not for this, right? Take about 45 minutes. So that's 2 hours, 45 minutes gone. God help me. It is a physical event and I need to go to, let's say, Abuli Edba. You know how far, sorry, sincere apologies to those who live in Abuli Edba, but, it's quite far. Or Ikorodu or Badagry. So, calculate how much time and energy it would take for me to move. That's it. That'll be like an extra 3 hours. That's 5 hours, 45 minutes. Then after I finish, that plus the 2 hours, that's 7 hours, 45 minutes. Just getting ready, plus the distance. Then after, and I have to start recuperating from the session, because the longer you speak at a session, the more stressed you are. So sorry, Korodu people. Sorry. My parents live in Badagry, so I know how far that is. No, you know, I love to see them. So you see, even engagement has to be curbed. So you need to be able to sit down and say, is this really important? Do I really need to be at that session? Do I need to be there? If it's not very important to you, you say no. So engagements, they're crucial. Events, you would need to be able to drill what applies to you personally and what is important to you, or what you are convinced is extremely important to other people. And so the most important thing to note is that apart from all the basic energy zappers that can apply to everyone, like we have outlined and mentioned, there are people-specific and situation-specific drainers that differ from person to person. So for some of you, whenever you attend a party, you need to retreat. You see, you need to recover from the energy you have spent from the party. Your energy is already spent. But for some of us, you need to go out to get the energy that you have lost from not engaging with people. You see, so many times energy zappers are people specific. So some things might drain your energy and they may not drain mine. Some things might drain my energy and they're perfectly okay. They're even giving you energy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And some are situation specific. Some people, remember what I mentioned earlier, right? Some people, the way they work is that they need to have a disorganized space. They will work. They will pay attention. Because you can get to their, and you're like, why is this place so scattered? But they're going to work because they need that disorganization to thrive. Even though I don't recommend it. But for somebody else, and for a lot of people, you need that organization. You need order to thrive. So situations differ, and what would make someone, or a situation that could make one person develop energy could be different from someone else. So you can't say, oh, this person likes going out very much. So yeah, I mean, I want to be going out. I want to copy. Yes, some people thrive on this. Yes, you see, it varies from place to place. So some people, right? If you attend a particular place or a particular religious meeting where they're very loud, they're jumping, they're everywhere, and you come from an Orthodox area, your energy will be drained. By the time you get home, you're going to be like, God. But if somebody who grew up in that kind of setting happen to go to an Orthodox area, they will be extremely bored. Their energy will be drained out of them. You see, so they are people specific and they can be situation specific as well. So now, how exactly can you manage your energy effectively? You know, what do we how do we pay attention? Where do we even start from? The first thing is to identify your energy cycles. All of us have energy cycles, so you can't compare, and that's why this comparison is very, very foolish, because the basis of comparison always differs. Like, there's almost no reason for you to compare yourself with others unless it has a really positive effect on your life. So you want to identify your energy cycles, and we do not all have the same energy cycles, even though many people have the same energy cycles. So self-awareness is just so critical. When do I have more energy? When do I have the highest kind of energy? When do I have the least kind of energy? These are things that you need to do. Some people, immediately they wake up, they have energy. Immediately in the mornings, they are high. At noon, they want to sleep. They are drowsy. Some people at noon, they come out live and awake. Some people, you can't wake them up for vigil in the night. They cannot wake up. They will not wake up. But there are some people, they will stay awake all through because they function. They have good energy cycles around that time. You see, so understanding your energy cycles is really very, very important. And I think I've shared this story on my WhatsApp before. But I used to work, I was a member when I was in the fellowship. I was a member of the choir in the university. And whenever we had special events, we would have overnight rehearsals. And overnight rehearsals were thrilling for me. We could start overnight rehearsals at 10, down to 5, and I'm very fine. I'm very awake. And then I'll be wondering, you know what? Like, how many hours couldn't you just stay awake for people who would, be drowsy and sleepy and dizzy? And it was much after I realized that people are different. I have an energy cycle that can keep me awake up to 4. But somebody else it could just be very, very different. So what this means is simply that because of how much I know my energy cycle, I'm able to say, you know what? These are the kinds of work or the kinds of jobs I'm going to do around this time. These are the kinds of activities I'm going to do around this time so that I can be more effective and I can deliver better at the things that I do. You see that? So you want to identify your personal drainers. What has drained your energy the most in the past few weeks or months? Whether it's social media, I want you to actually drop in the chat. What has drained your energy the most in the past 1 month? Let's not even say 1 year or what has drained your energy the most? What drains, that this thing drains your energy? You know that food could drain your energy too. Yes, food can drain your energy. You wake up and you eat fufu, your energy is gone. You want to sleep. Food can drain your energy. So what are your personal drainers? I want you to share that with me in the comments. And what are your Adeayo says social media? Bro, Isola food. Okay, I didn't know that we eat close to home. I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from you. What are your personal drainers? Pressure from family. Yes, goodness. Yes, that is very valid. Fergo Esther says social media. So I can see a lot of social media. Okay. Social media medium. Oh, trying to keep up with friends. Thinking of what to eat. Okay. Hey. Yeah, sometimes weighted conversations work. Yes. Part of the work ahead in school. Waking up in the morning and pressing your phone is scattered. Yes. Living with the family. Walking in the sun. Thank you so much, everyone. So you want to be able to identify your personal drainers. Now, sometimes, let me not say many times, sometimes you will not be able to, you will not be able to control the things that drain your energy. And that's why you want to be able to know the things that restore your energy. Did you catch that? Did you get that? Sometimes you will not know the things that drain your energy. You will not be able to control the things that drain your energy. So you need to be able to control the things that can restore your energy. So you can see the third point here is identifying your personal restorers, because you cannot always, some things will just happen. There are things that you need to do at this time, even though they drain you. So you need to come up with a mechanism that is tailored to you to restore your energy for the times that they are drained. Do you see that? Is that clear? Is that clear? So now, what or who invigorates you? There are people that I like to talk to if I need to be reinvigorated. There are people that I have to be around. If I see that I am losing steam or I am losing ideas, there are people, there's a set of people that I need to be talking to. Whether it is just calling them, oh, what's up? How is this going? Or just reading from them. There are people that I need to listen to. So, I'll just go to their YouTube and watch them. There are people that I need to be reading to have, my energy restored. So, like we did for the personal trainers, can you share what your personal restorers are? How do you recover? What restores your energy? What is that one thing you need to know to get your energy back? That thing you need to do. What? I know I've expended my energy, but if I do this, I'll be fine. Kelly says, journaling. I just dump all my thoughts and whatever is overwhelming me at the moment. Yes, journaling, sleeping, writing to God. Yes, sleeping liberates me too. I've been stressed all week, because I had to go, like this week was, it was a lot. It drained me, even though I was out. And this is me. If I wasn't somebody who likes to go out, I can imagine that I'll be way more drained than I currently was. And so I just knew that today I was going to do a lot of sleeping. And so that's why I have this kind of energy. If I came with the kind of energy I had yesterday, you will not like me. So yes, sleeping, writing to God, you sleeping first, reading novels, watching movies. Yes. So that's really good. Time out with friends. Yes. Listening to people and praying. Oh, yes, praying works for me too. Praying, sleeping, prayer and exercise, taking a nap and watching movies, sleep, and sometimes cry it out. Yes, I can relate to the crying. Some of us, we just cry, let everything come out, and then you have the energy to move on. Talking to and with specific people, exercising, retreating, and journaling. Amazing. Oh, I can see a soft life gang person here. Just reading and sipping on orange juice. Amazing stuff. So you need to be able to identify your personal restorers, and there has to be a way you can make it a routine. But I'm going to come back there. I'll come back there in the fifth point. Yes. So now number 4, you need to be intentional about reducing distractions. You need to be intentional about reducing distractions. So if it is social media that is distracting you, you turn off notifications. Turn off. So when somebody sends you this thing, you only see it on your own terms. You use freeze apps that tell you, if you've used social media for 2 hours already, you can't use it again for the rest of the day. Choose time away from the screen. Some of you actually need to leave your phone and watch TV, because you rarely watch TV and you need to be reinvigorated, because that's what works for you. Now, number 5, now you need to know, and identify different things that are your personal restorers. And you want to be able to find a break or rest system that allows you to recuperate. A system of break. How are you incorporating your personal restorers into your life system? Because you know that, okay, when I do these things, I'm recuperating. But when last did you do that thing? If your personal restorer is journaling, when last did you journal? If it is retreating, when last did you retreat? You see, so if it is let's say just talking with people or talking with specific people, when last did you speak with them? Do you get what I'm saying? So you want to find a break or a rest system that allows you to recuperate. There are things that will try to drain your energy, but you need to be knowing that, okay, every Saturday, I won't go out. I won't take calls. I won't be in any class. Anyway, I would sleep. How often do you do that? Because now this is one reason why a lot of people break down. Because you've gone a long time being drained, repeatedly drained, repeatedly drained, repeatedly drained, without carving out a system that allows you to recuperate from being drained. And so also, the higher the number of drainers you have, the more intentional you will need to be about restoring. If on a normal day, I'm not drained, you know that I don't need to invest a lot of energy into being restored, right? But if your normal life is a story of being drained day in, day out, there has to be a very good system and consistent system too. So maybe it's going to be once a week, or it's going to be once in 2 weeks. It's going to be once a month, where you just get to restore yourself. I met with a woman about 3 months back, and we were at this hotel, and she said that she used to go to the hotel every month just because work is a lot and she wants to be able to recuperate. This woman must be in her 60s, and then she goes there every single month. So you need to find a break or a rest system that allows you to recuperate. Do you get that? Now, the final thing I'm going to be sharing on this one is you can say no. You can create boundaries. Practice saying no more often. Just say no. Just say no. All right, because most of the things that you say yes to are things that drain you. Or before you say yes, can I have a thought about it? You think about it. So you can say no. Practice saying more often. Can we go to this party? No. Can we attend this? No. Can we watch? No. Why? Because you know that it is draining you. But for the other person, it might be a different case entirely. So you see, I hope everybody's fine. So yeah, do you guys need a break? Do you need a 3-5 minutes break, a 2 minutes break? Are you okay? Should we continue? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So I'd like to hear from you. Okay, I can see a lot of I am fine. Amazing. Thank you so much. So now we move over to time management, and we're almost done. Thankfully, we are almost done. And so I'm going to be, over to rethinking time. And these are some guiding thoughts I believe would help you or would shape in your mindset in order to appreciate time more. Now, how you approach time could determine how you approach everything else. How you approach time could determine how you approach everything else. Thank you guys for the responses. So, what is your mindset about time? And your level of understanding or acceptance of time and usage of time will determine a lot how you just handle everything else. Think transferability, like I've mentioned here. I said that you need to think transferability of beliefs, mindsets, or habits. So if you typically have a habit in one area of your life, that habit can be a pointer to other aspects of your life. For instance, what instance should I give? Okay, I already give an instance here anyway, so we can just continue with that. Now, having a habit of wasting time could reflect in a habit of wasting opportunities. Did you know that? A person who wastes time on a normal day would have a habit or could have a habit of wasting opportunities. Because having a habit of wasting time would mean that you are sending signals to your brain that you are not capable of managing other more important things. Are we following? Are you here? Are you people here? Are you people alive? Yes. So there's transferability of mindsets. So a person thinks a certain way in one area of their life, and I can tell you, I can guarantee you that you can see the reality of that thinking, that mindset, in at least 2 other areas of their lives. A person has a habit of how do I put this? How do I put this without offending people? Okay, I'll pass over that. But yes, when people waste time, if you see people who are perpetual time wasters, you can easily just tell that they do not know how to manage opportunities. They will waste opportunities because they will procrastinate when they are not supposed to procrastinate. They will sleep off. They will push. They will say no to responsibilities that would help them. It's a transferability of beliefs, mindsets, and habits. So when you have a habit that wastes time, you are going to be sending a note to your subconscious that you are not capable of managing other more important things. And have you ever been in a season of your life where you kept saying, oh, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. But when you sat down to think about it, you have to ask yourself, am I really busy? What exactly am I busy with? Because what you're busy with are things that are wasting your time. So the more you waste time, that's the thing about time. The more you waste your time, the more you send to your subconscious that you are not capable of managing other more important things. So if you waste time, for instance, on social media, what it means is that your brain is going to be blocked to opportunities that need to come your way and that you need to accept because your brain already is full. So yeah, it's like she already has so much that she's doing, even though she's not doing anything. She cannot manage time. This will not be managed. And so you can see this is why some people seem to have more opportunities than other people. Despite the fact that you can tell that these people are very busy. Have you ever wondered? Right. So you see, the reward for work, the reward for good work is more work. So if you manage your time well, more work will come. That's how it is. More work. So you learn how to manage that 1 hour well. You learn how to manage those 2 hours very well. More work will come. And you, because it's a transferable skill, time management is a transferable skill. You will see it in every aspect of your life. Now, because you are able to manage your time, even with a small work, more opportunities will open up. Because your subconscious already knows that if Orifunke can manage this 1 hour doing this and this, she will be able to manage 2 hours doing something bigger. Do you see that? And so you see, that's why many successful people still have time to do more and succeed. They're like, how do you have all of these things? You are doing everything like this, and you still have time to. You're still succeeding. You're not crashing. You're okay. This is exactly why more successful people. You have successful people who have mastered the habit of managing their time well. So they have a lot of opportunities and they can still manage their time. Are you guys following? Now, you always have time, and this is probably my second to the best point. You always have time to do what you need to do. You can see that need is, capitalized. You always have time to do what you need to do. What you might just need is the wisdom to administer that time. If it is something that your life knows that you need to do, there's always the time. There's always something to remove. There's always something to rearrange. There's always something to rework so that you are able to manage that time well. You see that you always have time. If you're always feeling like, oh, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that, maybe it's not something you need to do. If it's something that you really need to do, you know it's critical for your life, you will find the time. People say things like, oh, I don't have time to watch courses, I don't have time to read. Well, maybe you don't really need to read, but if you really need it, there's always something that you can rearrange in your life's calendar. There's always something that can be reworked so that you have the time to administer your time well. You see that? And finally, on this slide, I would say you need to train your mind to appreciate time. Time is usually appreciated as a bulk. You see, so we appreciate time in terms of years. That's why we have anniversaries. We appreciate time in terms of months. That's why we have monthversaries. That's why we have remembrances. But you need to appreciate time, even down to the unit of time, down to that second, a nanosecond, because it is the compendium, it is the combination of those seconds that eventually turn into a day, eventually turn into a week, eventually turn into a year. So every hour wasted is compounding into something over the next 50 years of your life. Every 2 hours wasted, every single day wasted. I need you to be able to appreciate time. Every single day wasted is time that cannot be gotten again. Because, and I'm not saying this to scare everybody, but it's the time that a person will die, they will die. You see, so every day, so every second, every minute, every hour, just wasted, not doing anything, purposelessly, takes a toll in the long run. So you need to be able to train your mind to appreciate time. Wake up and say, today, I would appreciate my day. I will appreciate this hour. I will appreciate this minute. I would appreciate this month. Super crucial. And you need to put a priority on your time. If you put a priority on your time, what happens is that you will have more time to do other things you place a priority on. Are people here? The house is rather quiet. I want to be sure people are following so that I'm not talking to. I guess people are busy writing, so they can't, multitask. That's why, but it's okay. So you need to place a priority on your time. If I asked you, do you place a priority on your time? What would be your response to that? And this is even me, this is something I'm still learning. Placing a priority on my time. So when I'm supposed to be doing A, if I don't do that A, I'm not respecting my time. And you see, many of us, we demand respect. Or sorry, we demand respect, but we're not respecting our own time. And we're the same people who would say respect is not given, it is earned. Your time, I had to say that to you, what would your life look like? If your time had to say respect is not given, it is earned, what would your life be currently looking at? I don't know. What do you think? But yeah, so you need to put a priority on your time, because they always say that time is life. I had a quote last week, and it said, we say time is going, but time doesn't go. Time is, we are the ones who go. Stephanie. So you put a priority on your time. You see that? Now, let's look at some of the ways you can manage your time effectively, and we'll soon be out of here in a matter of minutes, actually. How has it been so far? How has it been? So Kemi says, it's really important to develop the skill of saying no. Yes, you need to be able to say no. All right, so now, how to manage your time effectively. And this number one point is really like my best advice for people who often say, oh, I don't have time, I don't know where my time is running to, and all of that. The first thing, you need to make it easy to track your time. Make it very easy to track your time. You can use your timers, right? Where does your time go? What takes your time the most in a day? What takes it the least? How many hours are you typically spending on something? Make it easy to track your time. And many times, right, the reason we still waste time on certain things we should not be wasting time on is because you're not tracking. And it's the same with money as well, actually. And this can also apply to money. It can apply to money. Everything here can apply to money. It's something as with money. Let's say you're saying, my money is just going. I'm always broke. I don't even know what I'm spending on. Just take a sheet of paper. Everything you buy, write it down. By the time you see that in a week, you are spending, let's say, 2,000 naira on soft drinks, you'll be like, I've been spending 2,000 on soft drinks. Are you kidding me? But if you weren't tracking, you won't even know that you were spending that amount on soft drinks, or you were drinking that amount of soft drinks. Do you understand? So there has to be a way you can track your time. You can do an experiment starting from tomorrow. Just give yourself a tracker. Okay, I want to go on Twitter, social media today. I'm going to set up a timer. Then when I feel like it's time to stop, I'm going to check it again. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked that you'll be spending 5 hours on social media per day. You'll be shocked that you've only been reading for 30 minutes a week. You'll be shocked that you've been praying for 5 minutes a week. Make it easy to track your time. I like to use timers. I like to use timers a lot because, they've helped me. And I believe that they can help you too. Your phone has a timer. Unless you use a, torchlight phone. And if you are using torchlight phone, you will not be able to join this call. So where does your time go? You need to know, where is your time going the most? Don't say my time goes on sleeping the most. How do you know your time actually goes on sleeping the most? Have you tracked it? Have you measured it? You've not. What if you now check and you find out that your time goes the most on talking and gossiping? You see. So you need to be able to track, even down to when you sit down and you gist with people. Very important. I know we don't usually talk about things like this, but even that is when you sit down, you gist with people, it's very important. How many hours are you typically spending on social media? How many hours are you spending on, whatever it is that is draining your time? Or even on work. Some people work so hard, so long, they cannot do anything else with their lives. That's not good time management. Something can be good, and too much of it not being controlled ends up being bad. Now, number 2, assign a responsibility to every hour of your day. Let every hour, in literal terms or in visual terms, imagine that you have 12 to 9 or 12 to 12, whatever it is. And then you're giving 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock assignment. You're giving 1 to 3 an assignment. You're giving 5 to 6 an assignment. You're giving 7 to 7:30 an assignment. You're giving 8. You see, imagine that you are giving everyone a task. Give them a responsibility so that they can serve you well. Give them a responsibility so they can serve you well. And it's the same thing, really. It's the same thing with them. It's the same thing with money as well. So when you waste money on anything, it's likely because you didn't have a budget. I don't know if it was in the last session or in one of my coaching sessions I shared that. Look at money. If you have 5K in your account, or let me say 20K, if you have 20K in your account and that money is for school fees, you know that this money is for school fees. Whenever you see ice cream and you want to buy ice cream, before you spend that money on ice cream, it's one of two things. Number one, is it that you already know that that money will come out from somewhere and it will be reimbursed? Or number two, you don't fear God and you don't fear your future. That's how you will spend it on ice cream. But if you really, really know that this is not coming, nobody's going to give you another 20K, you will not spend it on something else. Because there is something it is necessary for. There is something it is responsible for. But imagine that you just had 120K lying fallow, no work, nothing, just there. When you see ice cream, your taste buds will be telling you that you need energy, you need the hike in sugar. You're gonna buy it. Your brain will tell you, oh, that stuff we need to buy. You will be buying because that money did not have responsibility. And it's the same thing with your time. One of the ways to just make sure you have a productive day, not even week, not even month, the way to make sure that you have a productive day is to assign responsibility to every hour of the day. You know what this does to you? If you are lying fallow at 3 p.m., but at 3 p.m. you're supposed to be reading, even your mind will be telling you, Orifunke, I'm talking to my son, Orifunke, focus. So focus. I will be telling myself, why? Because there's something I'm supposed to be doing at that time. But if I didn't have, that time assigned, anything will fly inside. So to-do lists are great. To-do lists are amazing, but you need to do them well. And one of the reasons why to-do lists may not be working for you is because you are not assigning each to-do list per time. So what happens, or what likely happens to you, is that you create a list of 20 things that you're supposed to do in one day. And then when you create that list, okay, so tomorrow I need to do A, I need to do B, I need to do C, you create a list of 20 things. And then tomorrow comes. What is the thing you're likely to do? You are likely to pick that to-do list and start with the things that are easiest. Yes or no? So you're like, this one is easy. Let me just quickly do it. This one is easy. At the end of the day, you're not able to achieve a lot. You're not productive because you've not been able to focus on the things that are the hardest or that are the most important. And you said to-do lists don't work for you. But let's assume that you had 10 things to do in a day. And you said, you know what? I'm going to wake up at 7. I'm going to do whatever I need to do, grooming, devotion, whatever it is. I'm done by 9. From 9 to 10, I'm going to be doing A. From 10 to 10:30, I'm going to be doing B. From 10:30 to 12, I'm going to be doing C. You see that you have assigned your to-do list to every hour or, half hour of the day. It is a lot easier for you to be able to track. It won't always work like hard and fast, but it just gives you an idea and it helps you to appreciate time. So don't just set to-do list. Tomorrow I want to achieve these 10 things. No. You want to achieve these 10 things, but when do you want to achieve them? Is that when that is the cocoa? If that when is not there, you see, to-do lists are great, like I mentioned earlier, but you must do them well. And one way to achieve your goals is for them to be connected to your big picture. And what you have on your daily to-do list must be connected to who you want to become, so you don't get discouraged. Why exactly are you reading that? Why did you read a book on your to-do list? Like, what is the book supposed to do for your life? Why exactly are you reading that book? Why that book? You need to be able to profile answers. Okay, I'm reading this book because I want to learn more about how to, implement a business strategy. It's a part of the bigger goal. So you don't just wake up and read anything. You don't wake up and watch anything. No matter how helpful they are, you don't just do anything anyhow. You need to be able to appreciate time. Now, score yourself and reward yourself accordingly. This is another one that I like, because if you do it well, it could make you uncomfortable. So let's do a calculation, okay? How many hours do you have in 1 week? How many hours? So let me just do the calculation here. In 1 week, we have 168 hours. Let's say that 1 week where we have 168 hours, how do I, sorry, who wants us to use them as an example? Who is bored enough? Who is bored enough? Okay, are you doing? All right, you can unmute. You can unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so tell me something that you did consistently every day of, or you typically do consistently almost every day.
Read my Bible when I wake up.
Okay, so how long do you read your Bible for?
30, 45 minutes.
Okay, so let's say 40 minutes, I mean. Or
Yes.
let's just say 30 minutes. Let's say 30 minutes. Let's assume that it's 30 minutes. So now you have 168 hours every day. So if you read your Bible for 30 minutes every day, you have 30 minutes times 7.
That's 210 minutes.
That's 210 minutes. So 210 minutes in hours is what?
That's over 3 hours.
So that's about 3 hours. So that means that in 1 week, you spend 3 hours reading your Bible. So now you don't want to stay that these 3 hours I'm using. That's not all. You have 3 hours. Now, what is the percentage of 3 hours in your entire week? I have a percentage calculator here. So I'm going to find that. So 3 hours is what percentage of 168 hours? That is 1.78. So let's say 2%. So that means that in 1 week, you typically spend 2% of your time reading your Bible. So now the question is, are you pleased with that? Are you happy with that?
I am.
So now, thank you so much, Adedoyin. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. That's amazing. Right? So score, that's why I said score yourself and reward yourself accordingly. Because many times you don't know how well you are doing or how badly you're doing because you are not measuring, you're not scoring. So you want to score. How many hours am I using social media per day? So let's say you use 3 hours on social media every day. Now that's 12 hours, sorry, that's 21 hours per week. So it means, what it simply means is that if you happen to sit down in 1 day, it was only 3 hours that you will be left. You will spend the entire day on social media. Does anybody see that? And the average person uses over 3 hours on social media per day anyway. Yes, you know that the average person uses more than 3 hours. They use like 5, 6, and I think in the US it's about 7 or 8. So imagine how that cascades. You need to also look at sleep. You need to look at talking with people. You need to look at all of these things. Can you score yourself? Just use percentage. That's why you will say, wow, I'm using only 1% of my time to sleep. You know, there's a problem. Because your entire week, you're using 1% of your entire week. Or I'm using 50% of my time on social media. There's a problem. So score yourself and reward yourself accordingly. You know, if the reward-based system works for you, you can do that. Now use the time quadrant more. And when you use the time quadrant, I'm sure most of us are familiar with the time quadrant. So you have the urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important and not urgent. Now, when you use the time quadrant more, what it would help you do is to prioritize things. You will know how to say no more. So when something gets to your table, you're asking what exactly is important. right now? What am I supposed to be doing right now? What am I supposed to be focusing on right now? Priority, prioritization, and appreciation of time. So somebody is not sending you something and you are getting on it when that thing is neither important nor urgent to you. Do you see? So there are things that are neither important nor urgent. Social media, scrolling through is one of them. Unless, of course, you have to check in on somebody urgently, you have to get something done. But most of the time, it's not important. It can wait. So let it wait. Some things, so imagine having social media that is neither important nor urgent, and you have things that are important and urgent, but because you are scrolling, you don't get what you're supposed to do done. You have things that are urgent but not important. Orifunke, please. Can you help me? I can't remember who it was, but so, can you help me review that thing? I need it. And you also need to know that the essence of urgency or importance is not just on the other person, it is also on you. So there's this saying I like that. Your urgency is not my urgency. Your emergency is not my emergency. That it is urgent to you does not mean that it has to be urgent to me. And that it is urgent to me does not mean that it has to be urgent to you. But what a lot of us do is that what is urgent for somebody else, we drop everything else that is important and urgent to us and just pick it up. Even if the is not important or urgent to the other person. You see that? So you need to learn how to use the time quadrant more. And this can also be transferred into money. Make it easy to track your money. Every amount you spend, be able to account for it. If you have 50K in your account, don't finish spending that 50K without being able to say, this was what I spent it on. Assign. There has to be something that you need to use that money for. Even if it's just that I have money that the only reason I have that money is whatever happens, I have a backup. Nothing can shake me into touching that money. So assign. So score yourself. How have I been able to save my money more, invest my money more? Use the time quadrant as well, or use the quadrant when it comes to money. Is this urgent and important? Is this something I'm supposed to be spending on now? Is this something I need to be spending money on now? Is this something that is important? Can it wait? Can it not wait? These are questions that you need to be asking. And so for money management, right, I'm not going to dwell too much on this because I mentioned earlier that you can easily just take lessons from managing your energy and managing your time. And it's very, very simple when it comes to money management. And perhaps not the most profound, but one of the most profound thoughts that I've had when it comes to money is that money respects the people who respect it. Did you catch that? Money respects the people who respect it. So in many cases, people are poor because of how well they manage money or not. You see that? So money respects people, and money gravitates towards the people who respect it. So you can see that you hear things like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's a reality, even though it's an economic reality, but it is an actual reality beyond economical context. So I'm going to give, and we'll soon close, I'm going to give an instance of, the scriptures where you had three men. For those of us who are not Christians, I'm going to just break it down. So there was a master who had three servants. The first servant, he gave the first servant like 100K. He gave the second servant 50K. Give the last servant 10K, right? And so he traveled and said, you know what, whatever it is you want to use this money for, but it is my own. I'm just giving you, help me keep the money. Are you guys following? So the first servant decided, what do I do? What do I do? The first servant invested that 100K. And he got times 2. Let's say MMM. Not MMM, but he got times 2. You know, he got an ROI of 100%. You see, so he had what? He had an extra 100K. I'm just, just giving an instance. The one that had 50K had an extra. So the first one had an extra of 200K. The second one had an extra of 50K. So he had 100K. The first had 200. The second had 100. The third one that they gave 10K was like, what exactly do I want to use 10K for in this Buhari's economy? What is like? Hey, my God does not rate me at all. It disrespects me. Shouldn't he have given me 100K? Why am I different from the person he gave 100K to, or that the person gave 50K to? I'm not doing anything with this thing. No, I beg. I'm going to put inside one colo in my house. So he went to just put it inside the colo. Now the boss came and then he asked the first person, where is my money? The first person gave him the extra. I've doubled it. The second person came, gave him the extra. I've doubled it. The last person came and said, well, I know I've worked with you for a while, and you're not an appreciable boss. You like to reap where you have not sown. So I just kept your 10K somewhere. This is the 10K. I brought it to you. And the boss was so infuriated because he mentioned something that even if you did not want to do anything, you could have just lent it out. It would have yielded interest. He did not respect. It wasn't money. It wasn't money. I'm just, making it contextual. It would have yielded some level of interest. And so what did he say? He said, that's 10K you have, just bring it. It's because you have something. That's why you can complain. So he collected it from the person who had 10K and gave it to the person who had the extra 100K. Right? And that's just me saying that money moves in the direction where it's appreciated. You know how to respect money, it will respect you in return. You know how to manage it, it would respect you in return. And so that's why usually the rich are getting richer, because these people know how money works and they're able to manage it on the things that are very important, on the things of priority, and they have a long-term thinking in mind as well. Yes, and so I want us to take starting points. Now, where do I start from? Right? Because you can say everything that we've said so far, and if you sleep, you wake up, it's gone. And I really do not even like to teach a lot of times, because I want to be sure that if I'm teaching you something, you're practicing it. So what are the starting points? Where do I start from? What will I stop doing from today to ensure that my energy, time, and money are managed? What exactly will I stop doing from today? Will I stop spending too much time, talking aimlessly? Will I stop doing, watching too much movies or too much videos, music videos, too much? What are the wrong beliefs that I have had about these resources? What are the wrong beliefs that I have had about energy? What are the wrong beliefs I've had about time? What are the wrong beliefs that I have had about money? How have they affected me this far? How, for instance, has my mindset about money affected me? How will I approach them? These mindsets, these wrong mindsets, how will I begin to approach this mindset from now on? Finally, how will I know that I am better at managing my energy, time, and money? How will I be able to say, hey, I am sure I am doing better than I used to do at managing my energy, time, and money? What are the parameters? What are the pointers that I'm going to be focusing on so that, yes, I am now managing my energy, my time, and my money? Do you see? So now let's take I'd like us to take some commitment affirmations. And by commitment affirmations, I'm saying, what are the things that you are going to be doing from now on? Just one line. From today on, I will respect my time more. From today on, I will protect my energy better. So I want commitment affirmation. So please drop a comment, drop your comments. I want to hear from you. And in the meantime, if you have questions, please just raise your hand. So commitment affirmations going on in the chat. Thank you so much, Kemi Lois. From today on, I will allocate a task. So every hour of my day. Thank you. Make sure you write that in your notes. Thank you so much, Kemi. And I love that. Olufunke says, from today on, I will respect my time and money more. I can do it and it's within my control. That is the spirit. I love it. I can do it and it's within my control. I'm looking forward to hearing from more people. Esther says, from today on, I will reduce my screen time. I'll respect my time and have a better money management habits. Make sure you write that in your notes and make sure it's more detailed. Make sure that it is more detailed. Whatever it is detailed and the parameters are very well set. So if you are going to reduce your screen time, what would that look like? If you're going to respect your time, what would that look like? If you're going to have better money management habits, what exactly would that look like? You need to be very clear. Atinika says, from today on, I will protect my energy and manage my time more. I love it. Bisola says, from today on, I will plan my time and task in order of preference. I would not say in order of preference, I would say in order of importance. Because if you are planning your time or tasks in order of preference, what that means is that you are going to be doing the things that you like or you prefer first or more. Meanwhile, there may be things that are important that you don't like to do. So that should be in order of importance and you respect your money. From today on, Tumishi says, from today on, I respect my time and money. Amazing. Join Solami says, from today on, I'll keep track of my time more and allocate time to my to-do list. That's amazing. So Alima says, from today on, I will have a weekly analysis of my time, energy, and money. Yes, that's great. That's awesome. Ujuma says, from today on, I will put a priority on my time. If you have questions, please start raising your hands because we're about closing. Ujuma says, from today on, I will put a priority on my time. I will continue checking my screen time usage as I used to. I will track my time. I don't know if please also have the survey ready. From today on, I will manage my time. Shekoni Demilade. I will manage my time, protect my energy, and also spend money on things that are necessary. I love it. Esther says, from today on, I love these commitment affirmations. Are they doing something to you? Are they actually doing something to you? You can write them. Put them on your wall. Let them be very clear. Because I love reading them, so I can imagine what they're doing to you. Okay, so Victoria says, yes, I will reduce my social media time, protect my energy, and manage my time and money. I love that I'm seeing a lot of protecting my energy. It's very important. Energy, like time and money, they are resources, they are currencies. Money is not the only currency that exists. You see, energy, your stability, your mental, physical, emotional stability is a resource, it's a currency. So that's amazing. Goodness says, from today on, my to-do shows the big picture and vision for my life. Thank you so much. And that's how to move from just doing something to doing it in a visionary way. Whatever is on my to-do list must be aligned with the big picture. So I'm not doing simply because I want to do something. I'm doing it because there's an end goal. There's a vision that this is connected to. And that inspires you. That really inspires you to keep doing what you need to do. Adia says, from today on, I will allocate time to my to-do lists. Yes, and learn to say no. Yes. So one way that, I've learned to say no so far is to say no. I don't say, June, okay. This I will do it. No. Can you do? No. Do you have? No. Can you? No. Right. And in some cases, I know that this is something I want to do, whether it's of importance to the other person or importance, but it's just really important. So that's crucial. All right, thank you so much. And so, does anybody have any questions, any comments? How has this session been for you so far? Let me hear any comments. Or, if you want to speak, you have a comment, something that struck you, I would like, let's say 2 or 3 people to just raise their hands so that they can raise themselves and speak. So, Taiwa Jayi has raised their hand first. 2 months after those 2 or 3 people, nobody else will be able to speak. So please raise your hand now, or forever remains. Okay, you forever remain silent in Jesus' name. All right, Taiwan Chai, please let me hear from you. You can unmute.
Hi everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
So I found the session to be very insightful and very helpful as well. And I also sort of like got a solution to a major problem that I feel like I've had for a couple of months. So because I work in social media, I'm almost always on social media actually. So like sometimes it's work, sometimes no work. Oh, let's no steal. Sometimes I'm just there for myself, right? And I've also, so before I used to do social media fasting, for a while and just go off social media. But since I started working, majorly in social media, I've not been able to take time off at all. And sometimes I feel like it sort of affects how I focus. But then during this meeting, it occurred to me that, I'm not obligated to show up during the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays. I work Monday to Friday. I can always schedule the posts that need to go out and take time off during the weekend, right? For some reason, I've never thought of it like that. But it was during this meeting I realized that, yes, if you want to, you can say, okay, Saturday, Sunday, let me delete my apps and not show up on social media at all. And I find that to be very, very, very helpful. It's something that's been on my mind for so long. And for some reason, I just had that light bulb moment in this meeting. And I'm so thankful and so grateful for that. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I also feel like whenever I want to do something that is not productive, I'll be hearing OL's voice in my head. I'll be saying, you don't respect your son, you don't respect your son. So I will start with, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Taiwo. That was really profound. As somebody who used to majorly work in social media, I can relate. So I really understand. And it's possible, actually. It's very possible to manage your time, even if your job or your business is on social media. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure that there are people who have also learned from what you have shared. So Shekoli Demlade has a question. She says, how do I really stay off comparing myself with other people? How do I really stay off comparing myself with other people? Now, before I answer that, we have a survey link in the chat. So please just click on it immediately. Don't even wait to finish. There's a survey link in it. Just click on it. And please feel it's very important for us to know what we need to do better for the next edition. And if we should even have a next edition, you can tell if you want us to have a next edition. So how do I stay off comparing myself with other people, Demilade? So the first thing is, first of all, realizing that your life will never, ever be the same with other people. It will never. Even if you were born on the same day, in the same hospital. In fact, twins are born at the same time, the same parents, the same family, but their lives are never the same. And children from the same mother or the same father usually have a very number of experiences. So it's coming to terms with the fact that you cannot be the same with somebody else. Number two, our paths are very different. Just building on the first one, our paths are very different. And so the requirements for your life, the responsibilities that you need to put in, the opportunities that will come your way are going to be very different from somebody else's. The kind of opportunities that I can get because of the kind of talents and skills that I have and that I've been able to harness will be different from the kind of opportunities that somebody else can get. I am likely to get more speaking engagements or speaking opportunities than somebody who does not normally even do public speaking. Why? Because I normally speak. I've always spoken in public. You see that. So if somebody who has no business speaking in public starts to feel jealous that I'm getting speaking engagements, then there's a problem. If I start to compare myself to somebody else who is doing something that is in their area of strength, but it's not in my area of strength, I'm going to be doing myself a disfavor. You see that. The next thing that you also need to know is really that you have your own strengths, and comparison simply means you've not been able to identify what stands you out. It's as simple as possible. When you understand that, okay, these are my strengths, you're not going to be trying to compare yourself or fight with other people. That's not going to be in your dictionary. Do you understand that? So it's just saying, okay, these are the things I know how to do. There are things that I just don't know how to do, but there are things that I know how to do very well. So instead of just comparing myself, I have it at the back of your mind that, oh, you may be really good at what you do, but I'm also very different and really good at what I do. And finally, just really remembering that if you're comparing yourself with a person who is on a 10, you cannot possibly be a 10 on that level. So does that make any sense to you? You cannot possibly be a 10 on that level because you're comparing and you are being a caricature, or you're trying to be actually a caricature of that person. So for you to stop comparing yourself with other people, it's a continuous devotion. It's something you need to always commit to doing. Always remind yourself, I'm not this person. My life is different. My chart is different. Absolutely different. You see, so I hope that helps. And it is possible, actually. And yes, one last thing on that question. Gratitude. Oh, Lord. Gratitude allows you to appreciate who you are, where you've come from, your essence. Gratitude allows you to appreciate everything, your process. The more grateful you are about the things that you've had, or even the things that you've not had, the better your perspective on life. So Olatojoye, Deborah, so sorry about that. There'll be a replay and we'll try to upload it on YouTube. So practice gratitude, write it down. So thank you so much. Now we are about to close. In one sentence, what struck you the most about this session? How was this session for you? We have like 2 minutes before we leave here, but I want to hear from you. How was this session for you? How was it? What was it for you? I see Adebayo. Thank you so much, by the way, Adebayo, for ensuring that things went as smoothly as they could. I see Ashafa Bisola, I see Atinuke Edowu, I see Damilola Gundare, Doisola, I see Ekele, I see Elizabeth. I hope I can call everybody. I may not be able to call everybody anyway, but I see people, I see amazing women I know. I see amazing women I will get to know. And it's just been an honor. Thank you so much, all of you who have joined. So many of you, thank you so much. I'm glad to hear that it was fantastic. I'm glad to hear that it helped you. It was relevant. Please make sure you fill in the form, the survey, because I want to read from you, and I may not just be able to that will give me details. So Adedoyin says this was just for art. Thank you. I can see Bisola says that it was awesome for art. Thank you. You're welcome, goodness. Kemi Lois, you were here the last time. Thank you so much for joining again. Yes, it was insightful. What struck out to me was how scarcity is proportional to value and how it's important to allocate tasks to your hours. Yes, Arima says she discovered herself over again. So Demilade, how can you join if there's another edition for this because I just joined. We will send bulk SMSs. Yes, we will send emails and bulk SMSs for subsequent editions. So you may not even need to register again, but you will get an email ahead for the next edition, so you can prepare as well. You will get an email. Sorry, you get an email and a text like the one you got before you joined the meeting. So, Faith, you're welcome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. It's been amazing doing this. I hope you guys have a good week ahead. Enjoy your week, and please put into practice all that you've learned. And so till the next edition, you can also make recommendations on what you want us to talk about next. And it's been amazing doing this. Thank you for joining me over the last 2 hours and simply listening to me talk. Thank you so much, and have a good evening, good night, good day, wherever you may be in the world, everyone. Bye.